What's the first picture that comes to your mind when you hear the words Oscar winner cowboy? Well, we bet the only picture you can vision is that of Kevin Costner riding valiantly on a horse. This on-screen famous cowboy has been ruling the screens with his performance for decades. His recent show Yellowstone perfectly reflects the excellence of his acting skills as he plays the role of John Dutton, a sixth-generation Montana rancher. Kevin is one of the highest-paid actors of the industry, understandably, and his fortune includes a huge ranch in Colorado. This ranch has become Kevin's favorite resting place, but is it better than the Dutton Ranch? Can this ranch beat the Dutton Ranch? Well, let's find out. Chief Joseph Ranch, past and present. As a Yellowstoner, you might be quite aware of the fact that the Dutton Ranch is far from being a mediocre, small piece of land. Housing the huge Dutton family, this ranch covers a huge area. Additionally, the cinematic history of this ranch is also worth looking into. It is believed that this ranch has been part of the Dutton's legacy since the 19th century. Interestingly, this fictional ranch shares a boundary with the local Native American tribe. Oh, and also has a border with Yellowstone National Park. The strategic location of this ranch has made it one of the highly sought-after places. We don't have the exact number in our hands to quantify the area of this land. However, we have spotted some clues in the show which has helped us estimate the area. For example, in Season 1, Jamie Dutton revealed that the ranch has 200,000 acres larger than before. In another scene, we see Chief Thomas Rainwater of Broken Rock Reservation informing John that his ranch is the size of Rhode Island. This observation can be a dramatic exaggeration, but if we do consider it, then it means that the Dutton Ranch is roughly around 776,900 acres. If you're wondering about the Dutton's family log cabin, then we have got some interesting deets about that. This cabin is a huge mansion located in Chief Joseph Ranch, near Darby, Montana. This ranch originally named after Chief Joseph, who was the orator and chief of the Willowa Band of the Nez Perce Band. He was famous for leading and guiding his tribe during the Nez Perce War of 1877. Back in 1880, this ranch was called the Shelton Ranch, but in 1914, glass tycoon William S. Ford and federal judge Howard Clark Hollister took ownership of the property and called it the Ford and Hollister Ranch. With an aim to build one of the great log structures of the American West, Ford and Hollister renovated the entire ranch. During the 1920s and 1930s, 3 huge barns and cabins were added to the ranch. After the death of William Ford, his wife Anna's daughter started a guest ranch on the property, and it was one of the first guest ranches in the West. Finally, the ranch was sold in the 1950s, and the new owner renamed it Chief Joseph Ranch. Oh, and guess what? Chief Joseph Ranch is a real working cattle ranch and family home. Kevin described his experience of filming on that ranch, saying, "On the ranch, we're actually filming where it's actually set. It's almost like the most central character. You step outside and you see running horses and men working, and the weather dictates what you do." Fun fact, when the ranch is not being used for filming, it is open for visitors who can rent it and have a memorable stay. There are 2 cabins located on the ranch, namely the Fisherman Cabin, Lee Dutton's cabin, and the Ben Cook Cabin, Rip's cabin in Season 1. The Fisherman Cabin consists of a master bedroom, living room, kitchen, and screened-in porch. Additionally, the upstairs is furnished with 2 queen-size beds and has a full bathroom along with a loft, including 2 twin-size beds. On the other hand, Ben Cook's cabin consists of 3 queen-size beds, 2 twin-size beds, 2 full bathrooms, a kitchen, living room, and 2 porches. Each cabin can accommodate a party of a minimum of 4 people. The Ben Cook cabin is designed to be bigger than the Fisherman's Cabin and can house more people. You can find luxurious amenities in these cabins, including a Weber grill, washer and dryer, Wi-Fi, and TV. The Fisherman Cabin can be rented for $1,200 per night, whereas the Ben Cook Cabin can be rented for $1,500 per night. Visitors can spend a minimum of 3 nights at the cabin. Keep in mind that this fully furnished ranch does not provide meals, and the guests have to make their own arrangements for food and snacks. The ranch is located near restaurants and grocery stores, which basically means you won't starve to death. Guests can spend their leisure time with activities like horse riding, fishing, and hiking. Well, the Dutton Ranch is huge and definitely worth more than $1 million, because why not? However, since we don't know the exact size of the ranch, hence it is difficult to determine its value. Luckily, we can come up with an estimated value by looking at the worth and the size of other ranches. According to some sources, Stan Kroenke, who is the owner of the Los Angeles Rams and Denver Nuggets, bought a 525,000-acre Texas Wagner Ranch in 2005 for $725 million. His ranch is counted among the biggest ranch properties in the United States. This value clearly gives us an idea that John's ranch is definitely worth a fortune, or even more. Kevin Costner's ranch, past and present. Well, Kevin's personal ranch, which is located in Colorado, is nowhere near the size of the Dutton Ranch. Similarly, Kosner's ranch is not that expensive either. Kosner's ranch spreads over an area of 160 acres and is situated just outside the town. The security at this ranch is amazing, and it can be accessed only through a set of gates. This estate is divided into multiple sections like the main house, lake house, river house, 2 lakes, fish included, private ice rink, dog sledding, and a tubing track. Kosner describes his ranch saying, "It is just beautiful, with 3 lakes and a river running through it. My whole family spends some of our best times there." Well, looks like Kevin has found his heaven on earth in Colorado. We can't blame Kev. We would also fall in love with such a luxury ranch. Time for some good news. Now you can easily experience Kevin's ranchy lifestyle by renting it. Usually, Kevin spends his time either in California or in Montana. His personal residence is in Santa Barbara, California, and his work location is in Montana, which means his huge ranch is vacant for a huge part of the year. Kevin's famous ranch can be easily rented for a total of $36,000 per night. Besides fishing, horsing, and hiking, tenants can entertain themselves in a huge baseball system which has an automated pitching machine, sound system, and a professional lighting system. The more adventurous visitors can treat themselves to archery activities. If you can't afford to pay a hefty check for renting out Kevin's ranch, then worry not. We can help you in experiencing the place by describing its exterior and interior structure. The main residential house in Kevin's ranch consists of 6 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms. Unlike other rooms, the master bedroom has a secret door that leads to a private jacuzzi. Users can have an intimate time in the jacuzzi and enjoy views of Independence Pass and Aspen Mountain. You might be wondering why Kevin named his ranch Dunbar Ranch. Well, it turns out that Kevin was inspired by his character, John Dunbar, from the movie Dances with Wolves, and decided to adopt the last name of his character for this beloved ranch. In case you're wondering how Kevin can afford to pay for such a humongous ranch, then the answer is clear. His fame and his successful acting career are sufficient enough for him to pay for such expenses. Currently, the Oscar-nominated actor managed to stay affluent by playing the lead role of John Dutton in Yellowstone. Recently, it was revealed that the actor was charging $500,000 per episode. John Dutton is one of the central characters of Yellowstone, and he is shown to be the 6th-generational patriarch of the family. Initially, both the series director, Taylor Sheridan, and Paramount Network wanted to hire a big name from the acting industry to carry on this role. Eventually, the creative team decided to cast Kevin Costner as John Dutton, and keeping his track record in mind, they were more than willing to offer him a good price. Paramount Network president Kevin Kay discussed this decision by saying, "The statement we wanted to make was that we're open for business and we're willing to pay top-tier actors whatever their quotes are. It sends a message, and that's what we want to do. To be honest, we are in love with Yellowstone's ranch. It is trendy yet modern, simple yet sophisticated, and most importantly, it's our Dutton's filming abode. However, we are in awe of Kevin's ranch and the amazing activities it has to offer. It seems to be a combination of a resting lodge and an entertainment theme park. Our sincere advice to you would be that if you get the chance, you should definitely visit both of these ranches and make the most of their services. Well, there you have it, folks. Now that you know all about our favorite actor's ranch, do you think you will be planning your next trip to Colorado? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.